Well, hi everyone. I'm John Ritland, back with another ranking video. This is every WrestleMania Battle Royal ranked from worst to best. A disclaimer though, any of the ones that were on the pre-show before the network came along, like a WrestleMania 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, stuff like that, the interpromotional Battle Royals that they would just human centipede a bunch of guys together and the winner would get absolutely nothing. Well, look, I'm not saying they're not important, except that's exactly what I'm saying. There's no reason to review them. They were always in the extras section of the DVD releases, and it's nice that people got on the card. They got to go out there and perform in front of, some of the crowd before they had all filed in, but the matches didn't mean anything. Now, I gotta be honest, though, with 15 of these, it wasn't very difficult to come up with my favorite one, but it definitely was difficult to rank some of them in the middle. As far as ranking the worst one, though, the Miss WrestleMania Battle Royal at WrestleMania 25 is number 15. I need to prepare myself to talk about this. There, that should do it, because that's basically what WWE did to every single woman before they went out. Hey, ladies, we know that some of you have put in years in wrestling. Sonny, you put in years, even though you weren't wrestling. You had been in wrestling and done a lot of promos and everything, gotten us a lot of attention. And a lot of you women, yes, you wanted to get better, but we wanted to hold you back and just make it to where you couldn't do anything and just be models and be, like where you got popsicle sticks shoved up your ass and you're just like mannequins and you can't really do anything even though you have personalities. We all know that you have personalities and you want to do better and you want to do everything you can to inspire women. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to have a man dressed as a woman win the Battle Royal. So once again, they did that to every single woman. I'm not going to lie to you, this match still pisses me off to this day. It still annoys me so goddamn much. One, if you know Santino's comments, and it was Santino in drag, by the way, there's nothing wrong if you want to dress in drag, by the way. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not slighting that one bit, regardless of whether this shirt was back here or not. You can be you. You can be cool. And you could be cool, but that's a movie. You could be whoever you are. And that's fine. Be who you are. Be true to yourself. That's not what this is about. This is about WWE slapping every single woman in the face because they decided that it would be funny to have a man dressed as a woman win the Battle Royal. Santino, by the way, who, goddamn piece of shit, not really all that good in the ring and everything, was much more of a comedy character. His little Cobra sock puppet was way more over than he could ever hope to be. And the fact that he was included in the Women's Royal Rumble earlier this year, that was a slap in the face, and I get why. People are like, oh, well, they're trying to say, oh, he insulted all the women before, but now the women are so much more advanced. A lot of the women didn't look very happy. Beth probably didn't mind it, because I guess she's friends with him, and they did have some good on-screen chemistry, as far as Beth being the better worker and Santino being the pile of shit that she had to drag around and everything. Oh, dear. Poor Beth. But that was stupid. This was even worse. So one, you had Kid Rock playing him in the goddamn ring. Phony that he is. Piece of shit that he is. But then you had this. And the women, this was Victoria's last WrestleMania appearance. She would go to TNA, what is now Impact Wrestling, a little bit later. Mickie James would follow the year after that. There were other women in here that maybe weren't the best workers, but you could have given the victory to somebody. You couldn't have given it to Candice Michelle, unfortunately, as she had suffered an injury. And I believe was outside the ring with Mae Young ringing the bell. If I recall correctly, because I believe Candice was still recovering from that injury. But nope. They could have given it to a woman. They could have given it to anybody. Literally anybody. They could have given it to Kelly, and I actually probably wouldn't have been nearly as upset because, oh well, at least she's somebody there full-time. Oh, and she's a woman. Nope, they gave it to Santino, dressed as Santina, and they kept the storyline going, and it was embarrassing. And I've talked about this match enough. Let's talk about something a little bit more positive. Let's talk about the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania 33, where Mojo Rawley won. Well, that's much less depressing, talking about a guy that's a residential jobber that somehow got signed to a 5-year contract again. But hey, he got Gronk to sign with WWE, or he got Gronk to appear. Oh, and this was also the famous one where that, one security lady did us a goddamn favor by trying to keep Gronk away. But nope, they couldn't do that. I would say this made me feel bad for Jinder, but it really didn't. But Mojo Rawley, who had not really done much of anything on the main roster, and he could be a nice guy. I don't really give a shit if he is. The fact that he was the one that they went with to win this Battle Royal, and then they went nowhere with it, is fucking stupid. And then he started painting his face and doing a whole bunch of weird shit and talking in the mirror and stuff like that, sometime later. Now he's back to being Mojo Hype Man Raleigh and wearing suits louder than the goddamn sun and brighter than the goddamn sun. And now that Colby Callier song stuck in my head. But anyway, this was a huge downgrade from the previous year. This was the lowest point of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Because Mojo Rawley, athlete or not, just, what the fuck was this? And Gronk ain't involved. Oh boy, Gronk doing this shit. And yay. Gronk, the residential frat boy. I don't know. Let's get on to something a little more positive here. Number 13, the Women's Battle Royal from WrestleMania 35. Carmella won. You know, I'm starting to think that maybe this list was a bit of a bad idea because I'm going to rant a whole lot more than I planned. But my God, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Carmella. It was like a 17-woman Battle Royal. You could have Asuka win. You could have Sonya win. No, let's give it to Carmella. Who, you know, she tries. But fucking hell, a two-legged zebra could try to live or whatever. And a two-legged zebra actually, you know, has two working legs that are way better than what Carmella has. Because she wrestles like she has two left feet. I would say she wrestles like Tamina. But Tamina wrestles like she has three left feet. Tamina hopefully doesn't try to make any women take the stairs like her dad did. I don't know why this video is needlessly mean, but let's move on. Carmella winning was an embarrassment. Sadly, it was what I saw coming, but it was embarrassing. We get to number 12, the Tag Team #1 Contenders Battle Royal at WrestleMania 15. The last two guys in the ring would get a shot at the Tag Team Champions, Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart. Could it be a team that would really get along? Nope, it was Test and D'Lo Brown. Two guys that plain existed on the roster. Test was still part of the corporation at this point. I don't think... He was either part of the corporation or he was just about out at this point. And then D'Lo was also there. I like D'Lo, and Test was also a good athlete and everything, but this is when the tag team division meant absolutely nothing, and they actually had some pretty good tag teams. But they just threw two guys together. That's it. That's all they did. Number 11, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania 35, where Braun won. And Braun bootstrapping Strowman. Boy, Braun might want to stop opening his goddamn mouth on Instagram. Because he's lucky he got that goddamn spot, because... maybe big, beefy guys should not say anything. And if you know what I'm talking about, well, Evil Uno of the AEW put up a post about, you know, helping out independent wrestlers in this time of need. You know, because of all the stuff that's going on and everything with independent shows getting canceled, postponed and what, you know, canceled or at least postponed for the time being and their income being shrunk down significantly. And Braun decided to be stupid. Braun, who never really had to work on the indies, had the benefit of being a huge guy that Vince McMahon would love. Also, the fact that they had Braun dealing with the SNL guys here is stupid. It didn't help Braun. The SNL shit was absolutely atrocious. And I don't know who these guys are, and I don't care who these guys are. They weren't funny at all. We get to number 10, the Tag Team #1 Contenders Battle Royal from WrestleMania 14, where Legion of Doom 2001. Yes, Sunny was in between two men. It was a light day for her. I don't know why I hate Sunny so much. Maybe it's because of the fact she's been in rehab multiple times. And it doesn't stick because she likes to blame others for her problems. So anyway, Hawk and Animal with a new look and everything and airbrushed helmets. Actually, the helmets did look pretty cool. They win a Tag Team Battle Royal. And then they would go on to get a Tag Team title shot later. You know... this one was better than the Mania 15 one, and the only reason that I put it as high as I did is because I like LOD, even though by this point they were a shell of what they were, and it's a real shame that Hawk had to get his, you know, issues in order, but at least they won. At least it was something, even though 98 was a bit of a messy year for WWE, though they were really starting to turn the corner. Anyway, we get to number 9, the Women's Battle Royal at Mania 34. Naomi won it. Yes, this is the infamous one where they named it the Fabulous Moolah Memorial Battle Royal, and oh boy, was that bad. When you angered Snickers, you angered, you know, the nuttiest goddamn candy bar out there besides Payday. When you can irritate something that has that many nuts and nougat together, you know, all crushed together and everything, stuff that you can stick in your mouth. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. When you get people like that pissed off, boy, you got something going on. Also, you got the vulva trophy. And the trophy looked really ugly, but then you had the Fabulous Moolah, you know. incident and all that, and all the stuff that she's done before, and the name value that she lends, which is nothing. Naomi won, at least. When it got down to Bayley and Sasha, it actually worked pretty well. There was, the women were trying and everything, but you can't do all that much when you got that many women in the ring. But then it got down to Bayley and Sasha, and they actually were doing something with it, and then Naomi won after Bayley had dumped Sasha. That was some pretty good stuff, and Naomi won. Cool. They didn't really do anything with it after that, but whatever. At least she won the badge trophy, because that's basically what it was. Number 8. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania 34, where Matt Hardy wins. It was wonderful. Bray helped him. It was fine. It was fine. I don't remember being offended by anything in this. I do remember Corbin being involved and not really wanting him to be involved, because I was really starting to sour on Corbin by this point. Who is a safe enough worker, but is just boring. He's about as interesting as watching paint dry. But at least with Matt winning, it was cool. I mean, it was a fresh, young talent that they gave it to. If any Matt Hardy fans are watching this, I'm not trying to dump on Matt Hardy. I get why they had him win it. But the Battle Royal is just a way to get people on the card, by the way. And they're not going to have any Battle Royals at this year's WrestleMania for obvious reasons. Distancing and all that. But also, oh wait, maybe some wrestlers don't want to travel and do this stuff in a small arena. But Matt Hardy winning was cool. It was fine. And then we get to number 7, the Hardcore Battle Royal, WrestleMania 16, where Hardcore Holly won. I already talked about this when I talked about every multi-man championship match at WrestleMania ranked from worst to best. Check out the Countdown videos playlist and look for those. I eventually might just split it to do countdowns and then ranking videos. I'll probably just keep them together. But the whole point is, I already talked about that one at length. It was just a bunch of guys together. Hardcore Holly was not supposed to win. It was supposed to be Crash, but he got legit knocked out, and Hardcore pinned him right at the end. And Pete Gas also bled like crazy. Oh, and Taz was part of this after making a spectacular debut just a couple months before at Madison Square Garden. So we get to number 6, the Gimmick Battle Royal at WrestleMania 17. It was a whole bunch of guys in the Houston Astrodome. Michael Hayes even got a pop. He didn't have to beat up anybody black there, which Michael Hayes was very disappointed by, but he did get to do the Bad Street USA entrance, got to do the moonwalk, and he got a pretty good pop. And Heenan and Gene Okerlund were the commentary team. That was great. It was just great to hear Heenan, and my God, I'm sad that Heenan's dead. I'm glad he's no longer suffering, but God, I miss Heenan. You ever see his Hall of Fame speech, by the way? If you ever see Bobby Heenan's Hall of Fame speech, Hall of Fame 2004, WWE Hall of Fame 2004, he says, "Real honor and real privilege. There's only one thing missing. I wish Monsoon was here." Longtime fans, that will get you. He and Monsoon were great. But there were other gimmicks in there. There were Hillbilly Jim. There was Doink. There was the Brooklyn Brawler. The Goon, which I believe was Bill Irwin. Tugboat. Earthquake. Sad how Earthquake would die of cancer soon after this. Sergeant Slaughter. Iron Sheik. I actually love the Gimmick Battle Royal. There were just a whole bunch of Nikolai Volkov, a whole bunch of people. Repo Man. I love this match because it was so stupid. It was so stupid, and like the entrances, like if you time the entrances and then get to like the actual match, the entrances lasted longer combined than the match did. But also all these guys were like really old. Even had Duke the Dumpster Droese, who looked like he'd aged like 15 years in like the 5 years since he'd been part of the company. It was ludicrous. It didn't make any sense. I wonder what he was doing afterwards. But anyway, Gimmick Battle Royal was fun. Yes, maybe it's ranked a little bit high here, but it was fun. And then Iron Sheik won, and Sergeant Slaughter choked him out or whatever, because, God damn it, America wins over those brown people. Vince McMahon, presumably. So we get to number 5. The Battle Royal to start off WrestleMania 4, where Bad News Brown won a huge trophy, and then Bret Hart destroyed it. Pretty much cementing Bret Hart as a babyface. Our Foundation were a goddamn good tag team, and Bret Hart's my favorite wrestler of all time. And he destroyed a stupid bowling trophy. That was good stuff. Number 4, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, WrestleMania 31, where Big Show won. But Damian Sandow, now, Aaron Shooter Stevens, on NWA, did the whole Miz and Mizdow thing, and then threw Miz out, and then got beat by Big Show, and that was fun. That was fun. They could have had Sandow win, but no, why would you do that? This was good, at least, and it had some moments in it. It was a pretty fun Battle Royal. I almost feel like I should have ranked the Gimmick Battle Royal number 2, but Nah. This one deserves to be ranked up there, especially with how the crowd popped for Sandow. Number 3, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania 32. Baron Corbin won. Yes, I'm ranking something that Baron Corbin won almost near the top. Why? At least the Battle Royal served a purpose. And actually, since he was just coming out of NXT, hey, you want to give a guy a big boost? Have him win a Battle Royal. Old school booking. And it actually worked. You had DDP in there. Then you had Shaq and Big Show face off. It was cool that DDP was still wrestling there. I don't know why DDP insisted on wrestling earlier this year, but good on him. 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010, in 5 decades. He's going to try to wrestle in the next decade, provided that the giant meteor has not hit us and absolved us all. But anyway, you know, giant meteor impending aside, this is a pretty good battle royal. This was a pretty good battle royal, and Corbin winning was nice. Because at least at this time, he was a fresh face. Now I can't wait for him to get off of TV. Even though I get it, he has his fans. I'm just not one of them. So we get to number 2, the WWF, because it was that at the time, versus the NFL Battle Royal in Chicago at the Rosemont Horizon. WrestleMania 2, Andre the Giant won. A bunch of NFL players, William the Refrigerator Perry, and others. I'm sorry if that's the only one I can remember. The sad thing is I know some that are in it. If I had the lineup, if I had written the lineup down, I probably could have told you who some of them were. But it was good. It was good stuff, and it was good to see Andre win. Andre actually had a pretty good record at WrestleMania, at least for the first 2, and then lost to Hogan. And then did the double DQ thing at WrestleMania 4. And then did a DQ thing against Jake Roberts at 5, and then lost at 6. Okay, maybe his record wasn't all that good. But it was nice to see him get a victory here in front of a big crowd. Chicago's a hell of a crowd, and this was pretty good. Pretty good stuff. WrestleMania 2 is a bit of a mess, but that's another story for another day. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania 30 is number 1. Why? Because Cesaro won. Because it didn't look like he was going to get the victory, and then suddenly he picks up Big Show, the crowd pops, he throws him over, and they had a brand new, freshly made superstar, and they fucked it all up because Vince McMahon's a goddamn idiot. I can't believe that they fucked that up. That crowd wanted Cesaro. Maybe in more ways than one. I'm not here to kink shame, but they also wanted him to win. And go on to like do some great things and everything. And I just will never understand why they fucked that up after that. I'll never understand it. But anyway, that's enough of that. I hope you enjoyed this countdown. I've done a lot of countdowns lately, so I hope you guys have enjoyed them. I'm glad that you guys like I'm glad you guys like these videos, these ranking videos. Let me know if there are any other ones you want me to do. Bear in mind, take a look through the countdown list and see what I went through, because I already done a bunch of WrestleMania ranking ones. But anyway, let me know. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.